Hey everybody, what's up? My name's Mackenzie.
And I'm Jonathan.
We are husband and wife, and we'd like to welcome you to TerreDice.
And today we're taking a look at the game Stalk Exchange, designed by Christopher Chan and published by the Op Games.
So we are the community hedge fund, and markets and flowers and profits are going up until the stock market crashes. Prices are going to keep going up. So where will your betting lie? Now, if that sounds like something you might want to play, then just keep watching.
Alrighty, so Stalk Exchange is an acquire-esque game where you're going to have two different types of actions that you can take on your turn, and you're going to take two of them. You're either going to be planting these bulbs from the stock market into this beautiful garden that we share, or you're going to be exchanging a flower from your personal shed with a flower from the market. Now you can do two of those things, you can do two of the same thing or two different things, and once you do that, you're going to be harvesting the flowers that have been completely surrounded, and then you're going to be blooming the flowers that have open space to grow next to them. Now those flowers that harvested are going to go to a market board where they're going to increase the price of that particular flower. Now once that market board fully fills up and those flowers crash in a market crash with the stock values, that is when the game will end. Now the highest valued flower is actually going to get halved before you then have to unveil your garden, shed, and whoever has the most value in flowers is going to win the game.
This game really surprised me, and I normally don't talk about theme first, but the commitment to the theme on this is like so good. It is full of puns. First of all, the rule book is done in like this garden magazine, and it's just, they just committed to it all the way through, and but it's like a garden magazine that's also full of like stock exchange and puns, and it's just the theming in here, they committed it very well to it. It's not just a generic theme that they slapped over this bidding game.
I particularly like that it's like a literal market crash, like the backwards and the forwards facing sort of lines will crash. And then I also I think they have these CD business tokens that are like little shovels. It's very cute.
It's very
they
cute. It. And I also like, because you were telling me that it's actually a reference to the original like stock market, right?
Oh yeah, I think like I was reading a book because I'm such a nerd, and it was talking about how in the Netherlands the like tulip craze was one of the first like real stock market crashes where we had a whole bunch of different types of tulips, and these colored tulips were more valuable than these colored tulips, and it was like this thing that basically like crashed overnight.
Now you're going to be deciding the whole time where to invest your profits. Like, am I going to have a lot invested in this white flower? But then if all of a sudden the market swings and the white flower is way ahead, that's terrible for me because it's going to get cut in half.
Just like the real market.
Just like the real market, yeah. And so this balance is like you invest heavily in one flower, or do you go S&P 500 style and have like a nice little like evenly spread out of all the flower portfolio? Yeah.
That's what you do. That's
my your strategy. I'm the safe bet. Yeah.
So I think what I like about this game too is like it's one of those where you pay attention on everybody's turn, because I'm paying attention to what flowers everyone else is collecting. There's also like if you've played those games where if you just keep expanding the boundary, then they never get to close it. This is one of those games where it's like there can be such a large group of like orange flowers, but you never let it get surrounded so that they never get to cash in those orange flowers. So they never get to like get that value out of it.
We played a two-player game of this the other day, and he discovered that he figured out where my money was, and he just kept expanding, and I could never close off this. So I did terrible. It just like I had all my money in one flower, and it didn't work.
You sounded pretty good though.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, I think that's I like that about this type of game.
Yes, it feels realistic, but very easy to pick up on because of that theme. And I understood what to do right away when we were running through it. I think I really enjoy this at a higher player count. It works well at 2, but I think like having that competitive market where the flowers are constantly changing. 3 was good. I like 3 a lot. And then being able to have those extra like seedy tokens where you can change up the market's also a lot of fun. So the artwork in here is done in a very unique style. So it's actually created. It's not your generic, not generic. It's not like your typical artwork. It's all done made out of paper. So if you look closely on the cover and on like the rule book, every flower is actually created, handmade by paper, and it's all been photographed, and it hasn't been digitally redesigned. It's all been like put in, that's the actual artwork in the game. So I like that, using a fun medium.
Yeah,
just
I really
like
enjoy
different.
that. I think it's really pretty. Yeah, components wise, I love the wooden tokens. So it has wooden tokens for all of the flowers. One thing that was like a little weird is I wish the bags were like twice as big, because first of all, they don't fit all the tokens at the beginning of the game. You kind of have to shuffle them and then put what's left in. But yeah, I think just like probably could have had a twice as big a bag. But otherwise, it's a fairly large box because there are the sheds, so it takes up quite a bit of space on your shelf. But I think it's a fun one. I think this is a game that, with the right audience especially, like I know one of the people who we played with talked about how their daughter just loves botany and like they love gardening games. So it's like, yes, absolutely, this is for them, because one of his favorite games is Acquire. So I think like this is perfect for like that kind of audience.
And it's definitely a game that, while heavier gamers will enjoy it, I think it's also going to be great for those families or people that you want to get into games. It is done by the Op, but the Op has like, so we've talked about this with Gnome Hollow and other games. They've like really stepped up their game and as far as like heaviness and just complexity and like component quality goes. Like I've been really impressed with the stuff that's been coming out from the Op. Any negatives about this game?
If I had to pick one, it'd be like the market's a little bit fiddly. You find yourself having to refill the market a lot. So it's like, okay, I slide all the tokens down, I put a new one in. It's nothing major, and if everybody at the table knows how to do it, it's certainly not going to get in your way. But it is one of those games where you constantly have to have someone who cares enough to refresh the market.
Overall, I really enjoyed this game, and I think it is beautiful, and I'm really glad I got to play it.
Me too.
Yeah. But thank you so much to the Op for letting us check out Stalk Exchange so that we could share it with all of you. No other monetary value was exchanged for this review. All thoughts are our own. We just love getting to play games and then having the opportunity to tell you guys all about it, to see if this is a right pick for you, your friends, or your family. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, make sure to like and subscribe, hit that notification bell so you know whenever we put out a new video. And we'll see you next time.
Happy playing. Okay. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la.
Hey everybody, what's up?